Hi, I'm Sister Ohna fucking Tirade.
Hi, my name is Sister Penelope Crude.
Hi, I'm Novice Sister Frieda Copulate.
Hi.
I'll just yell a lot, okay?
I love it.
That's perfect.
Okay, I know who you are, but who's that?
I am Novice Sister Frieda.
Frieda what?
Say that again?
Frieda what?
Frieda Copulate.
Oh, okay, thank you.
we met at my first meeting, which was your last meeting.
Oh, are you serious? That was your first meeting?
That was my first meeting.
What an introduction.
Yeah, well, and it was, what a meeting, right? Yeah. Everyone was so emotional and crying, and the room was just filled with so much love, right? And I was like, this is where I need to be.
Oh.
Yeah, so when I saw that there was an opportunity to interview, I got very excited. I said, oh, me! I want to interview.
Awesome.
So I'm excited. I'm happy to meet you officially.
I'm happy to meet you too. This is really great. I better get started. I gotta get going. Okay. See if I can remember how to do this. Okay.
Hi, Novice Marmalade.
Hi.
She says hi.
There too?
Yes, I live with Novice Sister Marmalade.
How convenient. Hi. Oh, I know that face. Hi. I think, though, I don't think you were a novice the last time I saw you, though.
I think it was at Sister Gemma's.
Yeah, the novice project. I think that was the last time I.
Yeah, I think that was my last project or last event as a postulant.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was so cool. Such a good event.
Yeah, it was a great event.
That was fantastic. That was really great. Seriously, looking at all this shit that I laid out, and I'm like, what's the first step? Like, I can't even count how many times I've done this, right?
We'll all come back to you.
Okay.
What year did you join, did you say?
2009. 2019 was, well, no. I joined way earlier than that. I became an FP in 2009. So I think I joined in 2007, probably.
Wow.
Yeah, end of 2007-ish. And so when I was like 20, 21, I was living in the Bay Area with some family. And I lived in the North Bay. And so, but I spent a ton of time in the Castro, right? Halloween and everything, all these amazing parties. And so I like knew of the sisters, and I had seen the sisters out and about. So then, you know, a couple years later, I'm like living in Portland, and my best friend, Forrest, was like, I'm going to this meeting, these really cool people, and they do like community work and stuff, but also like we have a lot of fun and go to clubs. And I'm like, oh man, this sounds amazing. You get to dress up and stuff. And like my first question was, can girls do it too? And I was really drawn, you know, to it. But what's interesting is that I really only went to the meeting because it was in this like 5-mile radius of my apartment. I was living in downtown Portland. I was very much a hermit at the time. I was probably really depressed, but didn't know it. And so I would just like work and then go home, hang out with my friends, and then work, and then hang out, and then work. And I just didn't have a lot of like, there was no creativity. I wasn't doing anything, you know, exciting or fun, going to clubs every once in a while. But then I get introduced to the sisters, and I'm like, you know, first time I went out was with Sister Armageddon and Sister Anorexia, who's my mama. And it was at the old Silverado.
Wow.
And it was totally this like, oh, hi, yeah, come on. Sure, follow us around, you know, because I was a friend of Forrest, and they were already knew Forrest. And Forrest had already kind of, I believe at that point, Forrest was an aspirant. And there was another aspirant there named James, who later became Sister Revelation. It was totally like this. We walk in, we all get a drink, we stand around the table, and for like 3 seconds later, Irma and Anna turn to me and Forrest and James, and they go, watch our bags, and they just take off. And they just went and did their thing. And I just watched, and I just was like, oh, wow. And then one time I was out and just ran into, and you know, I think we were at Boxes, and I was with some friends, and a bunch of sisters came in, and I didn't know who they were. I couldn't tell who they were, but one of them had fucking 3-dimensional plastic butterflies glued all over her fucking face. It was it blew my fucking mind. I was like, what is this?
Right?
You know, like, I need to be a part of this. But, yeah, it was interesting. I never felt like there was anybody that didn't want me to be there. I always felt welcomed from the very beginning. As far as, like, declaring my aspirancy, you know? I definitely, like, in the beginning, once I realized that, you know, the true heart of the mission of the sisters, and really understood, you know, that it's about uplifting and creating joy, and but also like developing community. I wanted to really make the Portland house more intersectional. I wasn't the only one. Like, there were a lot of people who were like, you know, let's reach out, let's try and be a part of other communities. One that was obviously super important to me was SMRC, because I went to SMRC when I was a kid, and they fucking saved my life. I say it all the time.
Wow.
They're amazing. And so my whole life I had wanted some way to give back to them, and this was like a perfect opportunity, right? To be able to give back. So I think I started by just kind of like talking about SMRC, you know, and just talking about my experiences there, and, you know, hey, let's see if we can find a way to do some kind of outreach or just go visit them. And, you know, we would go to like open mic nights and stuff. And then, but then over time it grew and it grew, and we started giving grants. We would like donate our old sister stuff that we didn't want anymore, you know. Sister Donna and I went and put face on. Like, we brought them dinner one time, and then we just sat down and like put our face on and talked to the kiddos and hung out. And then there was another time that we all just went and and most of the time that we were doing this, the SMRC dinner series that we started, that we were out of face, right? Because it was important to me that the youth in our community know that we were there for them, whether we were in face or not. That was really super important to me. So, you know, we would just play cards or watch movies or listen to them sing karaoke. And I think that was one of the things that I loved the most about the sisterhood, is the shock factor, but then you're following it up with education, and you're following it up with, you're a fucking awesome human being. Oh, you think I'm cool? Well, guess what? I'm a reflection of you, bitch. You know, like, that was always the best part. Was
So what was your favorite event? Do you have one that's a favorite?
It's a good question. I don't know. There's a lot, because like many years worth.
Right, after 10 years, yeah, I'm sure there's been a lot.
Yeah, well, 10 years as an FP, and then it was almost 2 years before that of getting there. It was more than a year and a half. Yeah. My novitiate was really long. Okay, so one of my favorite events was just a few years ago. I want to say maybe 5 years ago or so, when we went to the Friends of the Children. They had their own little like LGBTQ, pride event, and they asked us to do like a performance, and so Sister Shomi and I, and I forget who else, a couple others. You should find the video of it. We put together this little dance. It was really fun. Kicked ass. The kids loved it. Oh, but the best part was that we painted faces. Mm-hmm. And so we were painting these kids' faces. And so at first, there's that shock of like, who are these?
You paint them like a sister or just?
Well, we were just doing, like whatever, like stencils or whatever they wanted. But there was this one girl who was so adorable. She's probably like 8 or something. And somewhere I have a photo of it. But she was like, I want you to paint my face to look like your face. Oh. And I did it. I didn't do like the white face, but I put, all the colors, and, I had my signature mustache on at the time. And so I did that for her, and then we took a picture at the end, and she just loved it.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, it was really great. I think those are some of my favorite events, are the ones with the kids. I did, when we hosted Conclave in you could find out, you could look it up, right, find out when we hosted Conclave, because I don't remember. It's not my job to remember anymore.
You're like, I'm over that.
So anyway, we hosted Conclave, and I did this event at the Fez, which was so awesome, and we called it Making It Better. It was right about around the time that Dan, which was doing the It Gets Better campaign. And so it was a little bit in response to that, in that I was a little critical of that campaign, feeling like you can't just tell people it's going to get better. You have to work to make it better, right? Yeah. And either we work to make it better for ourselves, or we work to make it better for other people. But you don't just sit there and wait for things to get better. That's not how it works. So I decided to make this event called Making It Better, and we found drag queens or drag performers in Portland who were like, had great reputations, like Bolivia Carmichael's was there, a bunch of the regular queens from Portland came. And then we also had a bunch of the kids from Smirk, and we had them work together and produced this event together. So they all kind of, it was like, we're not just going to like sit around and wait for it. We're going to work together. We're going to make this and then of course and we had some people come up from Salem, from the Rainbow Youth, I think they're called. Uh-huh. Down in Salem, that they came up to perform too. And that was really cool. And we raised a bunch of money, and it was so amazing. That year was the year that we raised the most money for our community. And it was like over $14,000, I think.
Wow.
I know. We've never, I feel like we've gotten close before. Like we've gone over 10, but that was the most. And it was definitely because we had, a ton of sisters in from out of town and stuff. But we packed that place. So there was also this group called Gender Fucking Takeover that was starting almost at the exact same time as the time that I started joining, that I joined the sisters, kind of in that same first year. And so I think that's the beauty of our house. I mean, I'm not familiar with many other houses and how they work, but what I've seen in our house that I love is that we always ask, what kind of sister are you going to be? We don't tell anybody, how to be a sister. It's like, what kind of sister are you going to be? How are you going to make it your own? I think that's so valuable and so super important, But
I can definitely feel that as a junior member. Right.
Yeah.
It's what I bring to it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it's encouraging.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
So I got to ask you, where did you come up with your authentic mustache? Because I love it.
Oh, gosh, that's a good question. I'm trying to think of the first time that I did it. Well, it definitely came from this like gender bending thing, you know, with this whole like being part of the gender fucking takeover. And I gotta say, I got quite a bit of pushback when I kind of pushing buttons and I like pushing boundaries. I like testing the waters, and I like to, you know, if I see that something maybe could be different or better, I'm going to say something about it and do something about it. So it was really important to me that we weren't just working for one community, and that we weren't just focused on doing outreach in the bars. You know, that was another big thing. I really appreciated our HIV testing that we did so regularly for so long. It was a really amazing relationship that I think it was Chrissy developed with the Multnomah County Health Department. It was pretty amazing that she was able to get us all the training. And
because that was part of her Novice project, right?
No, Chrissy's Novice project was about voting.
It was about voting. I thought Riva's was about voting. I could be wrong.
Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, Riva's was about voting, and then Chrissy's, see, it's not my job to remember this shit. Novice. Chrissy's was World AIDS Day.
Right.
Which then led into the free HIV testing and everything, which was so amazing. I mean, I couldn't believe sometimes the numbers that we would get of people who would come in.
So that pushback that you got, was that from the other sisters in the house on your mustache?
Okay, listen. So, so the mustache. Thank you. I got pushed back on a few things. So, like, once I was an FP, I didn't always wear a fruit bowl on my head, and that was a no-no. After a while, other people started doing it, but there were definitely some sisters who were like, oh, hell no. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? You know? There was definitely some people that were not happy with me doing that. I did like headbands with big beautiful roses and feather boas and things like that instead of the traditional fruit bowl, and it brought up some arguments, you know, some conflict. But I was like, what? It doesn't change who I am as a sister. You know, that was kind of my whole thing. One time, I put my face on, and I put my fruit bowl on, and I went to an event, and then I think it was at Crush. It was a sister event. Then I walk out the door, I take off my fruit bowl, I put on a wig, and I took off my name tag, and then I went to Blow Pony. And then it was someone else. You know, it was just like, and now I'm not a sister. Boom, just like that, you know?
Right.
Anyway, so I think there was like concern about, you know, the representation, and we want us to all kind of look the same so people know that we're together and blah, blah, blah. And it was like, I was kind of just, you know, like wanting to not just define for myself what it meant to be a sister, but also kind of like, hey, listen, just because you all wear a fruit bowl doesn't mean, you know, sometimes you wear ear boobs. How is that different than me wearing roses? You know?
I think that's a valid point.
Yeah. So then we go to an event one day, and Dixie just took a fucking feather boa and glued it in a mohawk to her bald head. And I was like, okay, no one can ever give me shit ever again. Because that bitch just leveled it up.
That's amazing.
Like, you can't say anything anymore about my roses. I've always, from the very beginning, I've wanted more, like, structure to the introduction for novices or for postulants and aspirants. You know, that I think there was I think it was a Sister D. Somebody made a great little press packet thing.
Oh, yeah.
Little PowerPoint thing that was awesome. That's really good. That should go to every new member, definitely. But
I think it had a lot of photos of you, like on a white background, and it was just really nice photographs.
oh yeah, that was from was that our 10th anniversary? The photos were taken for the cover of Just Out magazine.
Right, yes.
In the purple dress, and I had my red roses. Yeah, I had my red rose, my feather thing. That photo shoot was set up by Sister Helen Back, and the photo ended up on the cover of Just Out, which I'm sure is in the archives. But then later at our 10-year anniversary, he pulled all those same photos for the display that got set up at the Q Center. It was like a big display, and he printed them all out on poster board and stuff, and it was awesome.
It is fun to go back and look at some of the older photos of the house.
Yeah.
And some of the older ones, it's fun to play Guess Who That Is.
Yeah, because, so many people have come and gone. There's so many people who have started the journey and not finished it, so or did finish it and then moved on. That happened a lot too. I definitely think that our community sees the sisters as strong, capable, dedicated allies. I feel that I certainly hope that is what the trans and non-binary community feels about us. I really hope, because that's something that we've also really worked for too. There was some conflict, It was hard because people in the conversation who had never really had any kind of relationship in their life with a transgender person. And, and just because you're a queer person doesn't mean that you're necessarily totally knowledgeable about things.
Right. Well, I like to think that the best way to educate people and to get them to learn is through diversity and through experience. And right, if you don't know anything about trans issues, make a trans friend.
Yes, well, and so we definitely did. As a house, we had there was a lot of dedication to having the conversation. That was really important to a lot of people in the house. But, again, that's another thing that, we worked really hard to make sure that community saw us and saw us working for them and making great efforts to really support them.
That reminds me of your idea of, make it better versus it gets better. It's this is our responsibility.
Absolutely. And that was also part of the body positive and the fat positive community too, is, we helped support other, very different types of communities, like this party called Jelly Roll that I was a part of as Dory, but I also was able to support it and go as Sister Ohna as well, And I really think that helped us to grow. And when I first started with the sisters, there was a really strong connection with the bigger community, with the sisters.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that grew more. The relationship with the the rose court has grown over the years and developed. It makes me really proud to be able to say that we've been able to make a difference in so many different communities in Portland, you know? That's pretty fantastic. We have a big reach, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I never answered the mustache question.
Figured we'd get there.
I think the mustache was definitely just like I was always testing out new things, right? Always trying something different. And trying to find like a signature look. And I was part of the gender fucking takeover thing. And so they kind of just morphed together, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I just loved it. Brother Bimbo Del Doppio from Scotland, I think he's from Scotland. And he's a sister. I believe he's a guard, though. Anyway, he came to visit one time in Portland, and he's very gender fucking. And it was just really awesome to see people taking those risks and just like, yeah, I'm going to be in whatever body I want to be in. You know, I'm going to look however the fuck I want to look, and just really, that was a big part of it. And then I started getting a lot of compliments, so then I just kept doing it. But it definitely was part of my way of, I think, showing myself as an ally, I think. Mm-hmm. But also it's cool and cute, so.
It is cool and cute. I love it.
Good.
Mm-hmm. The best combo, cool and cute.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely takes a while to find, you know, a signature look. If you even want to have one, you can change it up, you know. But it helps to just do your face a bunch of times, because over the years you just get to learn the shape of your face, you know, and really how to work the angles and stuff.
And it's always interesting to watch other sisters do their face.
Huh?
I said it's always fun to watch other sisters do their face. I'm watching you use your Uno card. Yes.
More than 10 years I've had this. It's like stained, and I wipe it off and stuff, you know, but it's so, it works so good. I'd always been that person when I was a kid. I was always the one that was like joking around and like trying to make people laugh. But also I did a lot of theater stuff, loved costumes and dressing up, and and volunteering. I volunteered, like, I think I was like 11 when I volunteered for the first time working with students with disabilities at my middle school. And then I ended up doing that every year for the rest of my education until I graduated from high school. And it was just, and then I also, when I was in high school, I started volunteering also at a nursing home, just on a whim. I was like walking home from school and I was like, hey, I wonder if they need like people to keep them company or whatever. And I ended up joining the like recreation department and setting up bowling and like nail painting and bingo. And I was the volunteer of the year for like 3 years in a row. And I was just like, I just happened to walk in one day and was like, y'all need someone to hang out with you? So anyway, finding the sisters was so incredible because it brought all of that together. Making a positive change for other people, check. Doing something that makes me really happy, check. Right? Getting to dress up and look fucking hot, check. Pretty great.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Penny, I don't really know your origin story, I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I've heard it, but I don't know that I was...
Yeah, well, I started in Boston, the Boston house. And yeah, I guess for me, I was like also I was looking for like community. Like I didn't really know that many queer people. I wanted to just like be more a part of the community and just meet more people and help out. So I saw the sisters at a Christmas bingo and was just loved the combination of like raising money, being a nonprofit, just like looking like you're just like this, you know, queer super creature. It all just like all the combination really got to me, and I loved it. So yeah, that's what inspired me. It took me like kind of like 2 years or 3 years to like become an FP, just because I took a break and moved and
everything. Yeah.
But now as an FP, it's been really nice. It's been great to, you know, it's so kind of like self-directed in a way. Like it's kind of like what you're interested in, how you want to help the community.
What kind of sister are you going to be? Yeah,
exactly.
And I love that our house really supports that. Really, really supports you finding your way and what works for you. It's so funny. I'm trying to remember how I used to do my face, but I don't really remember. So I'm just gonna have fun with it. We did. We had a retreat. We've had a couple, but the first one that we did that we had in Bend. Have you guys heard about that?
No,
I have not.
Again, I have no idea what year it happened, but it was really fun. We rented a little cabin in Sun River, and it like had a hot tub, and we did, you know, different little like workshops of like kind of bonding and stuff. It was really cool. Manifested a couple times and went out in Bend, which was interesting.
Yeah, I bet it was interesting. They're not very liberal out there.
No. Once we found the right crowd, they loved us. Up until that point, it was a little nerve-wracking. But we were in a huge group, so it was, you know, we were never really worried.
Right. There was a feeling of safety.
Yeah.
Safety in numbers.
I think I saw a photo from that. It was a big hot tub, and all of y'all were still in face.
Yeah. Nun soup. That's this actually, because what we did, one of the things we did was we all switched faces. So like we paired up with another sister and painted our face on their face. So Sister Maya and I switched, and I painted my mustache and everything on her face, and then she painted her face on my face. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I think that would be so much fun.
Yeah, I think that those kinds of things are really great, you know, for building community between the sisters. It's really valuable for you to have time with your sisters that's not in face and that's not about doing work, you know. That's just about being together, having a good time, being together as sisters, you know, not as just people.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's important. Ooh. Almost.
Your faces are both looking great.
Thanks. Yours too. I like all the fluid. Nice.
Yeah, I'm going for a blue look today.
Penny's so talented.
Oh, you're sweet.
All right. So my mama was Sister Anorexia, and she was one of the founding members. And I think that I have fully like conceived and birthed 4 children.
Who are your
I'm
children?
not positive though. There were quite a few miscarriages and abortions along the way. Some of them jumped ship, and a few others had to be pushed.
Right.
But I think I want to say Sister Cherry Poppins was my first one, I think. And then Sister Show Me, Sister Shelby. Oh, I'm probably missing somebody, and they are going to be mad at me. But that's okay.
You're my like great. You're my great. Yeah, because Show Me to Olive to me.
Oh, right. Yes.
Show Me is my big sister, one of them.
Oh, nice. Oh, well, if she becomes your mama, or if Shelby becomes your mama, then I'll be your grandma.
Do you have a mom, right? Just Frieda?
Yeah, it's Sharon.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Sharon is your mom. That's right.
Yeah.
Who was your other big sister?
Inda.
Oh, nice. I love, our house is just so diverse now, and it's so beautiful that it's amazing. It's amazing how much has changed. Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot. I just realized I don't think I found any liquid latex as I was doing that. Can I borrow some? Just kidding.
Bloop.
I'll have to search.
So I have a feeling that we were at the bars in San Francisco together. Because I used to hang out at those bars back in the day.
Yeah?
And I remember seeing the sisters out and about, and I was excited to connect with them when I moved back. I lived in the Bay Area for 15 years.
When was that?
I moved there in 2002, and then moved back here about 3-4 years ago.
Oh my God, I moved out of there in like 2001. I'm way older than I look.
Yeah, I was a party boy back in the day.
Yeah. I definitely have my moments. Sure.
Yeah, CC Slaughter's was my bar.
Yes.
And when I say my bar, I mean my bar. I would walk in, and the DJ would stop playing whatever they were playing, and they would play my song so I could take the dance floor.
Oh, my God.
How to dance.
Oh, that's so crazy. I mean, I really feel like we probably danced together a bunch of times or something, because I spent like my formative years as a sister were at CC.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, just as a queer adult in Portland, lived for that Rainbow Room. Pre-remodel.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm as old as I look. And I'm fine with that.
I was like, you realize what you're really saying, Dory? Be careful, girl. Ever, it's all about the love.
Right.
That's the biggest thing, is the love. There's at least 2 times, probably more like 3 times, I think, that my mama and another sister came to my house, and we were manifesting, and they were like, okay, we're done, we're going. And I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm done too. Right? It's just like, it's like, you have 45 minutes to do your face, go.
Yeah, our current mom believes that we should be able to do a 20-minute face.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. If you can't do a 15, 20-minute face, then, like, yeah, you need to be ready. You got to be ready, because that's definitely a good skill to have. A 15-minute face, a half-hour face, a 2-hour face. Oh, gold. Yeah.
Right. Back of a cab face.
For sure. Yeah. And then there's good old Mish face.
Joys of Mish face.
Okay. Other memorable moments. The day that I elevated to FP was the day of the Pride Parade. And it was amazing. I elevated to FP on the same day as my friend Forrest, Sister Patty Wax.
Mm-hmm.
And we took our vows right before we kicked off to walk in the parade. And it was incredible.
That's fantastic. Wow.
But also during that procession, during that parade, was when we did the words kill. Have you seen the video of that? You gotta look it up. Look for Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence words kill on YouTube. I think it's on YouTube. And we did a protest in front of, well, I guess it would be a counter protest in front of the people who were protesting against the parade, right? With their big Jesus hates you banners. And Sister Dixie Rupt, who was very ballsy, had a fucking bullhorn and just stopped the whole parade and started shouting, words kill, words kill. And all the sisters and all of our community members that were working with us dropped down. It was just the sisters dropped to the ground like we were dead, and our community members had chalk and they drew chalk outline around us. While Dixie and the whole crowd around us chanted words kill, words kill.
Wow.
Oh, it was amazing.
What a moment.
It was quite a moment. Indeed.
So did you take your vows out in public?
Uh-huh. Yeah, in front of the house. Like we gathered and did our usual check-in and everything, and then we did our vows, and then we took off like a little while later, and that was an amazing day.
Well, I definitely feel that your energy and your desire for like making sure that the sisters reach out to other communities and like, and embrace other queer communities. Like I definitely feel like that's persisted, and that's something that really draws me to the sisters too. One of my goals.
Yeah, I think that's a really big part of our commitment as a house, and I love that intersectionality of supporting all these different communities, and it's encouraged people from different communities to feel comfortable in joining us.
Right. Yeah, you said something earlier about like, like if women could join the sisters, like are girls allowed or something like that?
Yeah.
Is there anything more you want to say about that?
I knew about the sisters, but I had never seen a bio sister, and once I became part of the house, once I became an aspirant, I started learning more, and I learned that, pretty early on that there were bio sisters, which was really awesome. But there hadn't been anybody in Portland, because I think the house was 4 years old when I joined. And but it wasn't long after that I want to say it was just a few months, or maybe even just like one meeting or two meetings later, that Maya showed up. And then not long after that, I think we got Gretchen, Sister Betty Crotcher, and Sister Gigi, Sister Glory, Glory, Hallelujah. Yeah, so we've had quite a few female identified sisters in Portland, and it's really awesome. So other favorite events, the one we did recently, a couple years ago, the booty pageant.
Oh, that one looked cool.
Okay, so that, my inspiration for that was like, there's all these like pageants, like to be, you know, a rose court, whatever, or blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that. But they're all like centered around something that is not super inclusive. So I was like, how can we have a beauty pageant type event that's like radically inclusive? How can we do that? Well, everyone's got an ass. Everybody's got a booty. Let's celebrate it. So we had a booty pageant, and it was amazing. It was so fun. It was so cool.
Where did you do it at?
Crush.
At Crush? The people got up on the stage and...
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, so we had people apply, basically. We put out a call, and I was just like, you know, everybody's got an ass. Every ass is amazing. But let's find our favorite one in Portland, you know, that kind of thing.
Right.
And, it was really cool. We had a lot of really different types of people, and then we had, they did different performances. And we had judges.
Were you one of the judges?
No, I was a host. It was my event.
Got it. Do you remember who the judges were? Were they sisters, or did you get people from the community?
No, I don't remember. Well, yeah, one of them was someone from the body positive community, and we had Ecstasy Inferno.
Mm-hmm.
She's a popular drag in Portland, was also one of the judges. And then I think we also had a sister who was a judge. I don't remember. But that was really fun. And the winner got like a sash that said Portland's top bottom.
I love that.
I know. It was so good. I don't have any, I might just paint some lashes on it. I've never done that before, but I'm good.
So I have to ask, as a junior member, what advice would you give to a junior member?
First of all, if you're writing about the sisters, you always write it with a capital S.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important.
I do that already.
Good. Don't be afraid to push boundaries, because it's part of your job. But it's also incredibly important that you learn how to read a room and you learn how to read people. And probably if you're joining the sisters, if you're already a part of the sisters, you probably already have those skills, mm-hmm. right? And it's like, you know, being able to read a room and being able to understand people without necessarily talking to them, reading their body language,
Sure.
really help you in outreach and can help you to connect with people. And
That is great advice.
let's see. Never microwave your clown white.
Are you talking from personal experience?
Yes, because I watched someone do it, not because I did it.
Oh, got it. What happens to it?
Oh,
Is
it's
it
horrible.
fake?
It's a mess. How are my lashes so far?
That's cute.
Wow. Those look really good.
It's working.
Gotta let it dry. These, I love these. Ooh, uh-oh. It's okay. I won't use them again for like another year. So, I have these Maron, water bags, which are really fun for drawing all the lines and the mustache and everything. The problem is it doesn't like set at all. So if you sweat, it starts to kind of bleed, or if it gets wet in any way, that's all it's done for.
Mm-hmm. You activate it with water?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. I've seen those. Yeah.
Okay. So, Frieda, why do you want to be a sister?
I want to be a sister. One, to give back to my community. Two, to carve space for those that feel different. I have a rare disease that gives me blotchy skin, large hands, big forearms, a non-symmetrical face. And I grew up being teased just for being different. They didn't even know I was gay yet. Right? And there was no one there to stand up for me and to say, this isn't right.
Yeah.
And so I want to be that for other people. And to be able to say, no, you get to be who you are.
Uh-huh.
No matter what you look like.
Yeah. That's it right there. I totally relate with that. Absolutely. I was bullied so bad for being fat. And it was like, oh, well, I sure as fuck am not going to tell you guys I'm gay too. Like, you already hate me because I'm fat. But then when I got to high school, I did finally meet some other queer people. And so I felt okay in coming out at school. But it wasn't a good idea. I shouldn't have.
Oh, no.
Just, more bullying, right?
Right.
It happens. But, I think that was a big drive for me too, definitely. Like, this is my opportunity to help people grow and to help people learn to love themselves. And I'm able to be a part of that journey for other people because I had to go on that same journey myself,
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, it definitely made me strong so that when I did come out, I was the only openly gay person in my high school.
Wow.
I didn't have a problem with that. Right? They would yell, faggot, and I would wave. Yeah, that's me. Right, come at me. But I feel like I helped make change at my high school. I was able to see younger people come out at school.
Oh, good.
After I'd come out. Right? And, I was, they verbally teased me, but no one ever actually came at me. I was a gymnast. And so I was buff.
Nice.
And I remember one day these two jocks talking about me. And I hear the one say, "Oh, don't go over there. He'll kick your ass."
That's awesome.
I have to put my lashes on. As I see everyone else finishing up.
Uh-huh.
Lashes. Ooh, lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, you look so cute.
Couldn't find my fruit bowl, so I'm like, headband it is.
Yeah. I love a sequin headband.
You get the girls out too.
Gosh, your tattoos is gorgeous.
You've seen that before, haven't you?
Yeah, but not in a while.
My name tag.
Oh, memories.
Frieda, do you have a favorite memory yet? On your journey?
I do, actually. I was a postulant, and it was World AIDS Day. And so I was with Shomi, my big sister.
Uh-huh.
And I got to watch her have a very special interaction with a member of the public, where he was having a hard time in his life with his health, battling addiction, right? And nothing seemed to be going his way. And you could just see the weight of the world in his face. And Shomi gave him a blessing. And it was like watching all of that immediately just be lifted. Mm-hmm. It was very powerful. I was crying, right? He started crying. And it just showed me the power that the sisters have to give back to the community and what they can really do. And that will probably stick with me my whole life. Mm-hmm. It was so powerful. I hope to have that kind of a connection someday.
Yeah. I think you will. I think that's a natural experience in your work as a sister.
Absolutely.
The first time that happened to me was postulants. Yeah, Sister Paddywhack and I were postulants. And normally we wouldn't walk home by ourselves, but I lived like 2 blocks from the bar, or 3 blocks from the bar, right? So we were like, no, I think, yeah, we were postulants, yep. We're crossing the street, and we hear, oh, hey, sister, hey. And this guy stops us like in the middle of the street. And he says, I was at your event a couple weeks ago, and I got tested. You guys helped me get tested, and I just got my results, and I'm positive. And that was not the first time that someone had told me that, but it was the first time that I was in Sister Face and in this very different role, but also I was a postulant, and I'm like, oh, fuck, what do my mind just went blank. My gut instinct was to hug him, right? And just hold him and say, it's going to be okay. That's all that I could manage at the time. And then I look up and I see our sisters coming down the street, like, man, it was like we summoned them. It was like, I don't know what to do. What do I go? Oh, here. And I had that same kind of experience where I got to see a sister in action. Like, for real. You know?
Right. It's so powerful.
Yeah. It's really, really valuable. It's really important for us to have those moments, you know? And I think it was a couple years later that one of the FP sisters who had helped us in that moment ran into him again at the Fox and Hound, like a year or 2 years later. And he's like, yeah, I'm doing great. I don't know where those other sisters are that I stopped in the middle of the street, but if you see them, let them know. Thank you. You know, this guy remembered it, you know? It's like, of course, I'm never going to forget it, but the fact that he remembered it too is just really wonderful. And, you know, being able to make connections with people is the biggest thing. And honestly, as Dory, my secular self, that was not something that was very easy for me. And I think that Ohna really changed Dory a lot for the better, for sure. Do you feel that way? Do you feel like your journey as a sister has like made your secular self a better person?
Absolutely.
Not better, but maybe like cooler.
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean, I think I'm naturally like a very shy like person, and I don't really like to be like in the spotlight or anything like that. But I think the sisters just kind of like encouraged me and just be like, so what? Like, just try it out, see what happens, and
Take risks.
you're like.
Yeah.
You have good opinions, and you can speak up, and so.
Oh, so much. I mean, I definitely was a social person. Like, I did things, but I had purpose when I became a sister, that I didn't just have this drive to do this work, but also I was supported in it. And I had these people behind me who were just like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Let's make it happen. And then to feel that power of being able to really make a change in people's lives is unbelievable. I mean, there are people that we've been able to give grants to numerous times because they need it, but we've been able to give them money and support them for years, for over a decade. We have decades-long relationships with community members, with different community organizations. It's just incredible that I feel now that like the sisters are part of Portland. It's not just the sisters are in Portland. The sisters are now part of Portland. And I think that's a really, really wonderful change.
That's wonderful to hear.
Yeah.
And I love what you said about like having.
I love your bling, Frieda. That's gorgeous.
Thank you. That was a gift from my mama.
Aw, that's cute.
Have you done any glitter lips yet?
No. Do you have any advice on how to do them?
Oh yeah, girl. Okay, so I like to do lipstick base because I like to have that color under.
Right.
And then if the glitter wears off, you still have the lipstick. And I always use this kind. The 24 hours stay, right? So you paint on the color part first, you let it dry, then you put the chapstick thing on.
Right.
You can do glitter lips with just chapstick and glitter. You can. That's all you need.
All right.
Something sticky like that. Or lip gloss. Chapstick is better though. But I like to have the color underneath. And then also this shit does not wear off.
I've heard people using like duo, like eyelash glue.
Oh.
So they'll put on a lip, and then they put, that's what I was asking. I was like, I don't know if I want to put.
I don't think you need that unless you're going to a buffet or something. It's like.
Yeah, I just stick mine on.
What do you have planned for your lips tonight, honey? If you need eyelash glue, chapstick is enough.
Right.
That's when you're a postulant, and you can glue your mouth shut.
Good one.
Right.
I use NYX for my lips. The little mats.
Lipstick or?
Yeah, little lipsticks.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah.
You can get them at CVS, and then I just stick the glitter right on the lipstick while it's still kind of wet.
Yep. Yeah. Same, and it'll last quite a while because it just sticks right in there. But yeah, try a glitter lip.
I will.
Oh, you both look so pretty. Gorgeous.
Pink's always pretty.
What was that?
I said pink is always pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty and pink.
That's right. That's our theme for our 15th anniversary party.
Yeah.
What is it?
Pretty and pink.
Oh, did you know about Pank, right? Is that a play on that?
We didn't know about it until we talked to Chrissy, and Chrissy's like, you do know that we did have a Pank.
Anniversary.
Right?
With many. And we called it Pank. It had like 5 A's in the... Oh, it was so fun.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wore a dress that I got at Fat Fancy that was worn by Beth Ditto from The Gossip.
Ooh, beautiful.
I wore that dress and I wore the fuck out of that dress.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know, I haven't been to Fat Fancy yet. I'm excited to go. I said I haven't been to Fat Fancies yet.
So it's not downtown. We used to be downtown. Now they're moved out on Sandy, I think. But I have to say, I think they're not quite as like flashy, fun, sistery kind of looks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not as much as they used to.
Yeah, I'm not a off the rack kind of girl. Right? I need to go to the bigger girl store.
You know what you need to do? Shop for big girl lingerie.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the good shit. Yeah.
Love it.
Or throw some stuff together. It really is so awesome to like build these great relationships and really see our work in the community, see the difference that we're making. It's really powerful. It's really powerful. And sometimes I feel like, I mean, there were times where I almost felt like I'm doing this for you, but really it's for me. Because I feel so good helping people. I'm like, yes, I'm totally doing this for you. But like also, I just raised $5,000 and I get to give it back to the community. And like, you know, it's like an incredible experience to do that and to work. It's incredible.
And it's a great feeling.
It is. And I felt very comfortable not retiring, heading out. When I did, I felt really okay because I really felt like I feel like the house is in really good hands. I really do. And I love what I'm seeing. I'm really proud.
That is fantastic.
This has been so nice. Thank you both. This has been great.
Yeah.
I was so excited.
I wish that I had more advice. I mean, I'm sure, you know, it's really like when Melissa Wilcox was interviewing all of us for her book, I said the same thing, that it's about love. Just keep that love in your heart. Support that love in other people. Build it. Spread it. Feel it. Taste it. It's all about love. Love.
Right.
Just keep coming back to the love, and we're going to get there.
Who's your favorite sister?
Me, of course.
That was the best answer.
Obviously.
But of course. Oh.
Well, let's go kiss who we want, and I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Love everyone.
Bye.
Have a cute night.